Welcome back to the Bravo Rundown. And this is actually part two. We discuss everything that's happening in Bravo, like all the hot stuff. And we were just finishing up our discussion about Lisa Rinna's book. You better believe I'm going to talk about it, honey.
I'm gonna knock over my water.
That's okay. And you actually had a good point about this book that somebody wasn't mentioned.
She doesn't talk about her stepson, Dimitri. So Harry Hamlin had a child with Ursula. Is it Ursula
Yes, I
Majors? Okay,
know
an
some.
Italian actress. He lived with Ursula. I mean, he's a grown adult now, almost 40 years old. But I was listening to the Heather McDonald podcast with Lisa from 2017, and she mentioned Dimitri, and I thought he was never mentioned in the book. She said that he went to school in Italy with his mom, so they would just see him on breaks. I want to, maybe he lives, or in 2017, he was living in New York City and he was an artist, but he
Oh.
maybe went to Yale.
Wow, a
Or was
smart
it
kid.
because Harry Hamlin went to Princeton?
Oh, and Harry is very smart too.
Yes. Yes.
Very
I guess he
cool.
probably maybe wasn't in their lives, like the girls'
Mm.
lives growing up.
Very, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
interesting that he wasn't even mentioned in just one sentence. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
Because I did kind of feel like there was a chapter or like a section that was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of like a love letter to Harry Hamlin,
Yeah.
and just kind
Yes,
of
that's a great way
saying,
to put it.
right. And I was like, this is really great for her because I feel like probably in her previous books, I know she had one about like sex and like how to keep it, good or whatever.
Hmm.
But like she probably didn't get to say everything that she wanted to kind of say to him or about
Yeah.
him. So I felt
Yeah.
like this was very like he's a huge part of her life. They've been
Yeah.
married for what, like over 30 years or something,
Oh, yeah.
right? And,
Yeah.
just like he's there for her, she's there for him. She says, it's not always easy like relationships are, but you
Hmm.
can just really like feel the love. I feel
Oh, yeah.
like,
She
right?
loves him. She appreciates him. She respects him. I would be curious to see how he describes her. It's a
Yes.
very old school marriage, right? Very
Hmm.
1950s. He's the man. I love him. I adore him. And it works. I have
Definitely.
no, I'm not going to say anything about that, but it works. It's so old school. And he asks her to do something and she does it. But
Hmm.
I wonder on the flip side, like how that relationship is for him, like how he would describe her. Is it
Right.
really seen like she's what is it, the hunter gatherer is the man, the woman's at home
Hmm.
taking care of the kids, if that's kind of the roles that they had. Because her girls are her everything. You could tell she was
Definitely.
involved. There was one part, remember we saw her nanny slash housekeeper on the show, Lorena? I think it was
Yes.
Lorena. She said that when Delilah was going through all of her pandas for 10 years, that Amelia would go spend the night with Lorena and her family. I mean, you could tell she
Yeah.
treats, I mean, this is controversial, but from the book, the people that she loves and who respect her, she shows them love back.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that she also kind of credited Harry to helping her find out who she was because she said
Yeah.
she was actually quiet when she first met him. She didn't really know who she was. And she kind of figured that out through the years. She's like, and now you can't get me to shut up.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah. But yeah, I think you gave it a 5 out of 5, this book.
Yes. Five
I
out of five.
agree. I agree.
It was really
Definitely.
good.
Yeah, go ahead and read it if you got the time, or maybe I know she's going to come up with an audio book, and that
Oh,
would
it's
be
out. I heard
it
people said
is.
it's her.
Oh,
It's her that did it, and that it's a 6 hour one. But honestly, if you read it, it's an easy read.
it really is.
It's very light because I just finished the Carolyn Bessette biography. It's not a memoir; it's actual biography. That one is because it cites every single person, so it's long. Sentences are long, but if you're reading this one, it's short sentences. It's to the
Yes,
point. You will flip through it very quickly.
absolutely. Okay, now we're going to move on. Let's discuss the Valley Persian style. We just had the finale. Do we need a reunion?
So they're not having one. MJ said they're not, and I don't think we need
I
one.
don't think so either.
It was very, and Jeff Lewis said this on his show. He was talking. He had MJ or Reza on was talking about the finale, and they called it. Him and his crew called it. It was very round robin, which is
Okay.
so true. Meaning, and I didn't know what this term meant, but it just bounced from couple to couple to couple to couple. And I started thinking, and I think it was so good in the beginning of the season. So 8 episodes. The first
Mhm.
four were good
Yeah.
until the Palm Springs. And then after Palm Spring, it just kind of petered out. And I realized because it was a lot of round robin. We didn't have a lot of all cast events where everybody was there.
Yes. No, that's so true. I completely agree with that. It was like this, and then it was like that. And yeah, it was
Well,
all, yeah.
it was just a lot of questions I have. So
Okay. I want to hear
with
what they are.
what is going on? I don't understand the Dennis of it all. I get you are married
Same.
to him for a week. Okay. You have two businesses with him. Why is he happy to pay your rent?
And why is he even on the show? Like, I guess he's her storyline, right? But
Yeah.
I'm like, but now he's like on the show
So give him a
permanently.
confessional. Give him a
Yeah.
confessional, and I need him to tell me what this define this relationship that you have with Gigi, whatever it looks like. Is she just a business partner?
Hmm.
It's kind of brother sister a little bit. It's they're not married. It's not that kind of, but he wants to protect her.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I see that. So the Bravo just posted on YouTube yesterday a house tour. So where she's staying now,
Oh.
Dennis is on the house tour. It looks like Dennis may have had some GLP-1. I don't know,
Since
allegedly.
since the season, he was
He looks a
watching
little
himself.
slimmer.
He's
So he
slimmer.
comes in, they're doing the tour. But then Gigi said on Watch What Happens Live that he is not paying the rent on this home. So why is he on the house tour? Is he going to join us on the show next season? Which again, happy to tell us a little bit more about Gigi. Because otherwise, what are we having about Gigi? A little
Yeah.
bit of a motherhood, angry. She's working through her anger, but I think maybe she does need a dentist with her on the show.
Maybe because otherwise she's just alone and everyone else has someone, right? And I
Yeah,
felt that at the end of the finale when it showed like each couple together and kind of like how they were like happy, you know? There was
yeah.
like Sky and Bumshot with like their kids and they were laughing. And then it shows Gigi with her son. And I felt bad for her
Mhm.
that she didn't
Yeah,
have, like someone besides her son. Um, it felt forced to me. That
yeah.
season finale was pretty bad. The throwing of the wine, it wasn't warranted. I was like, really? Like, Gigi, come on. Like, this
Yeah.
is like bad. This is like, if Sky had come up to you and like cussed you out and like slapped you, then yeah, throw the wine on her. But she literally didn't come up to you at all. There was no reason to throw the wine. And then on Watch What Happens Live, she doubled down and was like, yeah, like I threw it on her, kind of like whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
just, I
I
don't
think we're
know.
too wise as viewers now. I
Yeah.
think we know too much. So remember the famous Beverly Hills dinner at Kyle's house when there was no power, and Dorit said to Camille, you're a stupid little. See you next Tuesday.
Hmm.
I remember Teddy saying on her podcast that producers had told them nothing's happening or they asked producers, when can we go home? And the producer says, we'll make something happen and then we can turn off cameras. And then Dorit comes out and did that. Same in Lisa's book, or Lisa said on a podcast recently that the dinner with her and Eileen and Brandy poured the wine.
Hmm.
That was all the same thing. Brandy was in the bathroom with the producer, and Brandy came out saying, "Sorry, but I'm going to have to do this." Throws. So we know, okay, Gigi, you just wanted to do something big for the finale, and even
Exactly.
Tanning said, was it after the wine throw? Didn't she say, we can't end like this? I was like, ma'am, I heard that. Are you trying to say you can't end the season like this? I heard that.
Okay,
So,
I also, is it, okay, I've heard tannin and I've heard tannin and I've heard her say tannin, but I've also heard tannin. So I think, is she just good with either of
I
those?
think so.
It's kind of,
Reza
right?
says tannin, and I think that is the way with the accent. Like,
Oh, got
say,
it.
well, growing up, Sonia is the Indian way to say it, but no one could say Sonia, so it was always Sonia for my. So I think that she just is whatever is an easier, like Teresa Giudice,
Oh
Giudice,
yeah,
whatever is easy
Judice.
for the
Yeah, okay,
American
I get it. Yeah, yeah.
to
I was just
say.
like, I want to call her the correct name, right? And so
Same.
then I'm hearing these different, and I'm just like, and then somebody even commented on one of my videos, like, because I was like, I'm sorry, I said your name wrong. And someone said, did you watch this show? And I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this show, and everyone says her name differently.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's also they don't want to make it difficult for other people to say. And she's probably about my age. So times were different back in the 90s. If you had a name that was different, you didn't want to
mhm.
stick out. You didn't want people to go out of their way. Just say it the easy way, right?
Right,
Whereas
right.
now it's like, okay, the proper way. Like the younger generations like
Yeah.
say it the proper way, right? So or like I'll
Hmm,
force my
hmm.
kids, like, you're not saying my name right when they want to say my name. Like, say it right.
Do you think that this show has a couple more seasons in it?
Couple is reaching. I think Reza makes jokes that there's too many people on the cast. I think they should bring in a couple more people next season.
Really?
It's just too much round robin. We need to be getting together for events more often. I think
Yeah.
that would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
So whether Sky's doing an event at her jewelry store, Tannen had her skincare line, but I just think we need to like. That's why the at the beginning we were getting group events, right? The girls' dinner, the guys' dinner,
Yes. And that
and
was
now,
really good. You're right.
mhm,
That is neat. And because also now it just feels like we're all ganging up on Sky.
yeah.
And she didn't really do anything to warrant everyone coming at her to this degree. And Reza, like, come on, dude. Yeah, I
But there's not
really,
much drama outside of Sky and
no.
everyone else. Nobody else has any, and it doesn't have to be big drama. And also, I love Natasha and Amir. That was a very sad storyline. It was
Yeah.
very sad. But I think we have to move on to the next season. I mean, I think we heard it. And Natasha is just so shy on camera. I
Hmm.
think that's another part of it. So you've got her that's just not fully coming out of her shell because maybe she is wild and fun. Like we're just not seeing because I'm trying to compare it to the Valley, who are parents with kids and stuff. What is different on the Valley that we're not getting? And it's explosive arguments.
Yeah, yeah. And I was going to say, well, more of those people have been on reality TV, but that's not true because we got Reza and MJ and Gigi, and so they're veterans too. But yeah,
They're
there's,
trying to. Oh, MJ and Tommy of it all. That talk
yeah.
about an abrupt ending. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
cameras didn't come back up, and I don't know that we really saw the fallout of the relationship.
Me neither. I
Right?
kind of
Okay.
think that she just kind of hit her limit and that this was kind of like a way for, like they're like I didn't see anything huge,
No.
but like I think this was kind of even the little things, she was just already at that limit, so she was just done.
Yeah. I
So
mean, even in the therapy session, she's got her hand on his knee, seeing that he's upset, trying to make him feel better. Was it in like painting the podcast room? They were happy together.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it just felt, it was the ending between the wine throwing and then the ending of the relationship that came up on the screen. Is like, what? So I get why there was
Yeah.
no reunion. I don't know what it would have unfolded the whole
Sorry.
relationship. It's okay. They would
Sorry.
have unfolded.
I let him, okay, let my dog in here because I thought it would be better. Vinyl, come here.
Vinyl's just sharing his thoughts.
Okay, go, because you can't bark. Sorry about that.
No.
Uh, Gigi was on Watch What Happens Live
Right.
with Amanda Francis, and she was really nice to her.
She was. Okay, so it wasn't just me. I'm like, this is not the Gigi I know. I feel like shouldn't Gigi be coming at her a little bit, questioning her? But it was like
No,
she wanted to be your best
seriously.
friend.
Yeah, and I almost felt like, did Andy say something ahead of time of like,
Oh.
Gigi, be nice to her. She feels really ganged up on, like,
Yeah, Andy is really on his radio show last week. He went out of his way to like say like everyone is coming so hard on her, like protecting her. We need to stop coming. Like she's a new character on the show. Like he said something like that, and I was like, wow, does he normally go out on a limb for people?
I haven't heard that. I've never heard him
Yeah.
say anything. He didn't say anything about Angel. He didn't say anything about Britt Eady, and people came hard after those people too. And you know what? I don't even think people have come that hard after Amanda. Like
No.
how they could come,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh
She could
yeah.
get a lot more hate. Let's talk about her on Watch What Happens Live. It
Yes.
was her debut. She looked beautiful. We
It
both
was her
loved her
debut.
dress. Yes,
Loved her dress, loved it.
right? It
It
was
was her debut and she was
mhm.
second seat.
She was. And also, that's so true. I didn't even think about that. And maybe she's so new, she doesn't know what that means. But also, she was barely on Beverly Hills the last
Yeah.
2 weeks. So I don't know why she was on there, but she was, and she was just answering like Amanda and not taking any accountability. And it was almost a little bit like Rena's book. There's always an answer for everything,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
she was like, played that game, like, do you regret it or can you defend
Oh,
it?
it's the
And
worst.
she was like, like, no, all you say is like yes or no. And she
Hmm.
was like, well, yeah, because I, da, 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 da. Or like, you didn't understand that it was actually, well, actually, it was this. It was like, nope, nope.
It was so scripted.
Oh,
Everything sounded like she had already had her answers prepared. Because at one point she said one and two and three. Oh, and what was four? Man, what do you mean what was four? When did you create that? When did you come up with that answer to that? Everything seemed very much like she knew exactly what she was going to be asked. But I
yes.
didn't realize the level of the lack of accountability that she takes. Because in the show, yes, which Dorit can be like that. You're in an argument, you want to be the win. But then when you come on Watch What Happens Live, now is your
Hmm.
chance to be like, I kind of get where she was coming. No, not at all. Like I
No.
dislike her more now after watching her on Watch What Happens Live. I thought it was like it was just horrible. And then did you see the cute little couple? I don't know if they're a couple behind the bar.
Yes. And he
It's a
was so
comedy
cute.
show.
I
They and then
know.
was it Andy asked like, "Are you watching? What do you think of Amanda Francis?" And he goes, "I've just seen the What did he say? I just seen the
Yeah, he was like, I
comments.
haven't watched. He's like, but I've seen the commentary. And he was like, what did he call? He was like, oh, mama, like, you better, like,
Yes, he
kind
did
of
say
like,
that.
he was like, you better, like, and it was like, oh, he like clocked her.
He
It was
did. And then her face,
hilarious.
she turned like she's looking behind her because he's at the bar, and then she turns and she like it was almost an eye roll when she turns back. I wonder if she went in there thinking everybody hates me. Everybody hates me
Um,
here. So let me come in and just defend myself. I don't know.
Or did she? I feel like she's delusional and she came in like everyone loves me because everyone always loves
Oh,
me. And so then when he said that and she's like, who are you? You're at
yeah.
the bar and you're talking to me. I'm sitting here, I'm on the show, like, I
The
don't know.
worst was when they asked her, "Do you regret saying like something like you make more money than your husband?" And
Yes.
that was a no.
And she's like, no, he knows that. He's fine with it. It was still like, she's not at, oh, and when they were like, do you see that you were kind of just bragging about having certain brands and stuff? And she's like, no, I
Yeah.
was being funny about that when I said like, oh, I have a Chanel backpack or hiking in
Go
Chanel.
hiking, the juxtaposition of
N-
hiking and Chanel.
Yeah,
No.
no, no,
And then
ma'am.
she says, and Rachel says, Rachel is wearing couture. That is very different than your Chanel you bought at Nordstrom's.
Exactly. And Rachel has style. Like, I feel like Amanda is you look up in the dictionary, nouveau riche, and there's Amanda. It's like I don't like her style. If she, yes, she has
But
it.
we liked her dress on Watch What
We
Happens
liked
Live.
her dress,
We did like that,
but
but we
we
don't
like
like
that.
her.
But I just feel like she's one of those people that's like, oh, I have money now, so I buy designer. So I'll
Yeah.
buy that Louis Vuitton that says Louis Vuitton. I'll get the
Yes.
Balenciaga that says
Oh, yeah.
Balenciaga. And it's just ew. It's like really rich people wear things that are very expensive and you can tell it's expensive, but you don't see a label. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to
Although,
be. That's what I want to be.
hot take, I don't really like Rachel Zoe's style.
Oh, I know. Me neither. Like I think
I
she's
I
Rachel and it
she's
works for
yes,
her,
yes.
right? But
That
like
is
I'm
Rachel.
I'm not gonna
The
wear a
boot
caftan.
cuts,
Like no.
the
That
boot cut, the
and
jewelry.
I'm not gonna wear those heels. Like she looks
No.
great, but I'm like, is she gonna fall?
Yeah,
Because
I know.
I
I feel like that's still very early 2000s. I mean,
Oh, you're
granted, like the
right.
bell bottom is back, but the bell bottom with the tunic, loved that look in the late 90s, early 2000s. I wore that in high school with my combat boots and my bootleg
Yep,
jeans. They were
yep.
like bell bottoms. But in all the jewel, like it just, I think it's gonna weigh me down too. Like
Yes,
I
like
don't have the body that I'm like, I've got enough weighing me down. I'm
no
not
one, no
adding.
one has that. No, like I don't want heavy stuff on me. And I want like comfortable stuff.
Yeah,
And like I want my foot officially on the
touch the
ground. I
ground.
used to wear a lot of heels and now like I don't know, I just like
Yeah.
I don't want
The
to, you
plantar
know.
fasciitis kicks in the
Yeah.
feet and my arthritic
Literally.
toes.
I'm like, just let them be free, you know?
So I think it was Where What Happens Live posted a side by
Oh.
side of Rachel in the same dress as Janet Caperna from the Valley. And she
Oh,
goes,
yes.
she's like, it's obvious who the winner is here. And I put it was in threads, so like not many people comment in threads. And I'm like, is it wrong to say I actually think Janet looks better? I got no response. It's threads. But I'm like, Janet really looked much better because she kept it very simple. I think that's what Janet wore to the reunion. Rachel had like chains and chains and necklaces and chains and the sunglasses and even my hairdresser, he watches Housewives. He's like, those extensions are so bad.
They're too
So bad.
long. They're
It
too
weighs her
long.
down. It
Yes.
weighs her down.
I know. I think that you hit the nail on the head. I think that she's stuck in a certain time in her mind of what she
Mhm.
thinks is beautiful. And like, granted, she loves vintage and the vintage pieces are amazing, but also like it's a lot. It needs some editing
Mhm.
and the hair, yeah, the
But
hair
that was
needs
the
some
height of her
editing.
fame, right? That was the show was big, her
Hmm, hmm.
styling career was big. She probably sees that as like, look at Britney Spears.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
the
it's a little
golden
different,
era.
but yes, the golden
Hmm.
era when you were like, and now, I mean, she's having to come on this show. There's a lot of rumors about how she doesn't pay bills.
Oh yeah, there's like some
So, and
bad
she's on
rumors
this
out
show
there.
right now. So yeah, I like that you put that. That is so true. She's stuck in that time frame, and that was the height of life was great.
Yeah, yeah. I know, and you know, it works for her, but it's just yeah, when I see her, I'm like, that's what she wants to wear?
Yeah. And when Kyle came out in the Hamptons, she's like, it's Zara. And I'm like, I love that. Like, I want to see, like, where's Zara? Please, like, throw in a little Target or
Right,
whatever.
that
You know what
we
I
can
mean?
go
I
buy
want to
it.
see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Rachel's just like, yeah, it's great. She's like, I just wear, which I don't understand. Do you not have a day where you're just laying around the house? Let me go through my vintage Catkins, wear my whatever to go watch football today.
Yeah.
And then her kid, like, I thought if she had a daughter, I would imagine her daughter would just be like, no, mom. Because her sons, are they putting on these Versace shoes to go to camp?
I mean,
I
I think they're probably just wearing little boy clothes. Maybe that's designer, but it's not like showy,
Because middle
right?
school boys just want athletic wear. All they wear is
Hmm.
basketball shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. I don't see those boys wearing that.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
buddy. Talking about style, Brenna did say in her book that they would say that Kyle style is mother of the bride.
I can't
Um,
unsee it. I can't unsee it.
I was like, oh, that
You got
tracks.
it.
You
Yes. When I read that, I'm like, I never would have thought that, but absolutely from season one. Although season one, Kyle dressed it kind of like Vanderpump. They would be
Oh,
in their
yes.
jeans, their white Oxford shirts, and their blazers. I
Yes.
liked that look. And Rinna
Yeah.
kind of says this, and people don't all agree with this, but I do the whole dress your age. She said that in there. She's like, okay, I'm not going to wear short and show, my chest.
Hmm.
I'm going to wear tights. And I saw she was wearing tights on Watch What Happens Live. I do agree with that. I think like there are certain things that I'm like, oh, that's cute, but I can't wear it.
Right.
I,
And
I wouldn't be comfortable wearing it.
yeah.
I don't think,
I agree too. Like, and I like to take fashion risks, but I think that make sure, like, yeah, you go and you do you. And if like she talked about not wearing a crop top, but then she said, oh, then I just wore a crop top. But, like, I love a crop top, but I'm not going to wear a crop top and wear like booty shorts.
well,
You
and
know
where
what
are
I
you
mean?
going to, right? You're going to a
Exactly.
festival. it
then
works,
exactly.
right?
But if I'm going to like, I don't know, the grocery store, or like, yeah, I just think,
Yeah.
and like when you do hit a certain age, I think you do like, I want to be more classy now than I
Yes.
was before.
Yes.
Before I wanted to be like more showy and whatever,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
I want to be more classy. And that's
Yeah.
just, maybe it's just the evolution of how people age. But I wondered, what did Kyle think when she
I
heard about that
know.
line or read that
She
line?
probably didn't like that.
Because Kyle wants to be the fashionista
She
of the show, and
does.
she's never gonna have that title because you have Erica and you have Dorit, and you're always gonna have someone new that's gonna bring fashion. Like I would say Bose's fashion is better
Yeah.
than Kyle's,
Well, Kyle doesn't have a style. She
Yeah.
just does whatever's trending. I remember Bethany was like this on New York too. It was always whatever's trending. Let me go get
Mhm.
that style. Let me try that style. Like that doesn't work. You have to find what your own look is.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? That's why I think we respect Rachel Zoe, because she's so her own style,
She is.
you know?
Which and Kyle could have. She did have. Does that caftan line still exist? That
The one that
Shahida. Does that in Palm
Kyle by
Springs? Wait, did you
Shahida.
ever go to the store when you lived in Palm Springs?
No,
She
I
had a brick and mortar store. Maybe it was after you left. I want to say like and during COVID is when it opened.
Oh, I
Were
was
you
gone.
gone? I
Hmm.
wonder if that's still that, but that worked. Like that was her, the looser
Yes,
fitting and
yes.
everything. That really worked for her.
And now it's a little reminiscent of a country star that we all know about.
I know the Morgan weight of it all. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wearing more suits. She's in a suit with a tie in her confessional. And in the after show, the new one, it actually looks great on her. It is very Mother of the Bride
hmm
though,
hmm
right? Wearing
hmm
slacks, but it's tailored to her. Her hair is sleeked back in a bun. That look is very good. But she often does dress young, like her daughters sometimes
That's
too.
true. And I do think she looks good a lot too. I'm not saying she doesn't, but yeah, definitely I
Hit or
was like,
miss.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like the early days. She dressed like a mom. Like I hate to say, I always wear like V-neck t-shirts, and I go shopping with my daughter who's a teenager, and she's like, "Mom, that's very mom teacher. I'm not wearing a V-neck shirt. It's a very mom teacher." I was like, "Oh my God," because I get all those Target T V-neck shirts, that are $8, and I'm always rotating them. So it's kind of like
Yes.
you associate a
Yeah, yeah,
style with an age, and I
yeah.
liked that look when she was on the early seasons. I really thought it looked good, but
hmm
now
hmm
it's just some of these
Yeah, I
looks,
know.
they're not great. But I
I
will give
know.
Amanda Francis, she looks good in her confessionals. They're very poofy and feminine and floral.
Hmm
She's in her late 30s. It fits for her. I do like that style. Now,
Yeah.
Erica can cross boundaries because she is a showman. She is
Yes.
in character. And I really mean
hmm
that, not even in jest. Like she can do these different styles and stuff. It works for her.
It's true. And this season with Erica's confessional of that like hat with is it like ease, and like I think it's latex, and like, it's kind of ridiculous, but I'm also like, it works for
Oh, I've been
Erica.
wanting to tell this to you. In the after show, there's a two part, like they filmed twice. The first part they filmed, she's sitting with Rachel and she's in
Mhm.
a latex number.
Oh no, I wanted to
Every
make a video about this because it's like, right?
laugh every time. It's just
Me
like she's
too.
chat chat. Then you hear
Yes.
make a TikTok, please.
I well,
It is
I know.
hilarious.
I was like, I have to make a TikTok about that because, like
Well,
in my line of work, I have a microphone because I am a weather anchor on the news, and like we have a microphone, and so I'm very like cognizant of like if something's gonna make noise,
yeah,
I'm gonna
you
clock
can't.
that. Yeah, and so I was like, I can't believe she's wearing that because it's literally like every
All
time she moves.
I think of the Amsterdam trip where she wore the red latex for the first time. She gets off the van, the bicycle almost runs her over, and she makes eye contact with the camera, then turns. She's got those bangs, but the red latex. That, and I think of her talking about the baby powder.
Yeah. Wow.
Love that you saw that too.
Yes, no, I clocked that and I was like, I have to make a video about this, but I just like forgot. And then I was like, is it too niche? But no,
Oh,
nothing
it's
is
so
ever too
good.
niche.
No,
It's
no.
never, it's
The
never.
more niche, the better.
Oh, do you think that we need an Amanda Francis on another season?
No, that's no, because
Yeah.
she's not friends with her. If she cannot, if she couldn't take accountability and humble herself and
Hmm.
admit to something and connect with someone, then okay, sure, I don't mind seeing her again. I really don't.
Yeah,
But if she's gonna be this, it's all their fault and not me and not make friends. Supposedly she makes friends with Sutton on the Italy trip, but I would imagine Sutton's like, I just want some camera time.
probably. Yeah, because I know Sutton she's going through her own thing. She's gonna have to make sure she
Wait,
can stay on the.
did you watch the after show
No.
about Sutton and her ex-husband?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, Sutton does not share this
I
on
don't think she can.
Beverly Hills, but
I
Jennifer Tilly shares
Yeah.
that it is Sutton's best friend who's with him. And Sutton can't even say that on the show. She says her
No.
friend,
Well,
and
because
like,
she says the girl's name and then she's like, "Oh shoot, I'm not supposed to say the name." I think there's a tight NDA. And I think because her first season, she was a friend
oh,
of, and she was supposed to be full time, but it was something about her husband wouldn't, or the ex wouldn't sign off on the kids being on the show. And I guess she had filmed so much with the kids. So they demoted her to friend of. So I think her hands are really tied, which kind of makes sense why she drinks the way she does. She, look at her mother, what we've seen. Like she's got a lot on her at the same time that her kids were leaving the home.
hmm.
Although her youngest was friends or is friends with the friend's son that her
Oh
father is with.
yeah, and they grew up together,
And they
right? And
traveled and went
so
on vacations together. He told Sutton, he said, Mommy, I have to tell you this. Don't let dad know I told you this. So she had to hold on to that. Now, I mean, I think of myself in that situation. Like we have friends that we've gone on vacation with. We have like a lot of like I was in
mhm,
Mommy and Me and our like I'm so close with the moms, the kids are friend. I cannot imagine if
mhm.
my husband ended up with like someone else in the friend group. Cannot
No,
imagine. I would,
no,
I mean, like one of my best friends. Like I just cannot imagine. So she's going through
no,
that. We're
yeah.
thinking she's this crazy woman, always drinking. Then her kids are like slowly going off to college. Now he wants you, and it seems like the annulment in the Catholic Church is very big to her.
Yes, huge. And you brought up some really good points because I kind of am looking at her in a different light now because before I was like, dude, why isn't she over this ex-husband? I was like, get over him. Like, this guy can't be that great. And like, for me, when I'm over you, and I'm like, never gonna think
Mhm.
about you again. And I don't care how long we were together. But I think for her, he was such like
Yeah.
that was the love of her life, and she didn't want it to end, and she didn't think it was going to end because then they
Mm-mm.
even shared that they were separated, but she thought they were going to get back
Yeah,
together,
like
and
a
then
Kyle
he
and Mo.
filed, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm starting to really understand that
Yeah.
this was like her person, and then he just, didn't want to be with her
They met
anymore.
when she was 13.
Oh,
They like he will come, yeah, like they have
creepy.
their home in Georgia. Like he will come, like she would say, like he'll come stay when we're like he'll like we go for Christmas, we stay in that home. He'll come by. He'll come by on Christmas. When one of them's the Citadel, she's like, well, we
Hmm.
stayed in the same beach house. So then Kyle and this was in the after show. Kyle and Erica are like, well, if the girlfriend's coming and staying in the house too, she's like, no, I won't do that. Like I can stay with him in the house, but if she's coming too, I have. And I didn't realize it was like 10 years ago that they separated.
Well, and he shouldn't, that's going to be harder for you to get over him
Yeah,
coming whenever he wants to. You
I
know what I mean? It's like
know.
you almost need a boundary and be like, no, when I'm
Yeah. But
here,
it seems like
no.
that's how it's been. She took care of the kids. He worked. So he's the CEO of whatever company that Gina's ex-husband works for. I
Oh,
recently read that.
Gina
So
Keel or
no,
Gina
Gina
Kirschen?
Kirschenheiter.
Oh
Yes.
my
Remember when he was in
God.
LA all the time
Yes,
working? It
yes.
was working for Sutton's ex. Like,
Oh,
what a small
yes.
world.
That is weird.
Such a small world.
Do you have any other Beverly Hills thoughts?
Oh, other than what what Lisa said about Sutton in her book. She's poor Sutton. Poor
Yeah.
Sutton. She's just basically body shamed her.
Yeah, and she
Well,
said her body's weird And yeah, and I can't really remember what else she said, but
Oh no.
yeah, Sutton's not gonna like that.
No, because you can't help that. Yeah,
No.
like I feel her pain. I'm like the skinny wrists and ankles, but like all your weight is gained in your center. I'm like, some of us are just born that way.
That's the apple body
The
shape, and that's fine.
apple.
There's pear, there's apple, and
Yeah.
we love all of them. Oh no.
That's my phone's ringing.
You're
I don't know
gone
how
again.
to.
It's fine.
And they're all like pharmacists.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
I
good.
get like a personal loan scam call every like hour. So, we're gonna end with rapid fire questions.
Yes.
And this is whose side were you on these Bravo feuds? And one of them, I don't know if I think I cut that off the list. Never mind. Let's start with Bethany and Carole.
Oh, Carole, which like 10 years ago would have been Bethany, but hands down Carole. Because
Yeah.
we can, so, I think those two judgy girls even said that between Bethany and her ex-husband, like kind of feel bad for Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. We're like, what really was going on
Yeah.
there?
Like,
Right.
did
Like,
she just
we'll
push
never
him?
know.
Yeah.
LVP versus Kyle.
Kyle. So I am a I recently realized this. I am a Kyle apologist, but watching her daughter's TikToks, you see the old Kyle in those TikToks. The happy, the fun, the excited.
Mhm.
Like I don't think I'd ever would have said this, but having Rachel on the show, I think it might be time for Kyle to just make some cameos.
Yeah. I think Rachel is the new queen bee,
Yeah.
and I don't think Kyle is going to want to leave, but it's time. You don't need to share your life anymore. You go
And
live
that's
in
okay. Yes, that's
Nashville.
the thing. That's the thing. Like you don't want to share. That is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And your
Yeah.
daughter's going to be on Next Gen LA. We can see you there, but
hmm
it's okay. You've got
Um, Lisa Barlow and Angie K.
Angie K. Controversy. So
Oh.
I did not watch Salt Lake City for a couple years there, and I came back this year. So if I think of it that way, like if you were to watch it in a vacuum and like this is your first season of watching the show, I went with Angie
Okay.
K. Yeah.
I'm kind of split on that one. I like them both, although I love Angie K like so much, but I just think that they kind of go against each other like back and forth. And it's like, okay, both of y'all just
Yeah.
shut up. You're both being weird. Adriana and Marisol from Miami.
Adriana. You know, she's
Marisol.
known
I am
for
a stan. I love her. She's like my
she
favorite.
is good. And I think I have heard like she's known for causing all the shit behind the scenes, supposedly
Mhm.
hired a PI guy
Oh
on
yeah.
Nicole. So that's otherwise if you only watched on screen and knew nothing on social media, love her.
Yeah.
I think she's good TV.
Renna versus Sutton.
I like them both, but I'm gonna go Renna. Even though Sutton was going through something that we didn't know about, Renna.
I'm a Renna. I love her. I've
Yeah.
never enjoyed Sutton. She's fine now, but like, yeah. Sheena and Lala versus Ariana and Katie.
We
And
gotta go
there's only
Ariana.
one right answer.
I was gonna, well, Ariana and Katie. You know, I do love me some Sheena.
I know, but the other
Not
one,
Lala.
oh,
I
I know.
can't Lala.
Oh, and this is the last one, but Paige and Miss Patricia.
Ah, Now that there's only one right answer. There's one right
That
answer.
is true. That
We
is
go
true.
Paige. We
We
don't
ride,
apologize for
yeah,
the men.
we ride for Paige. And you know what? That is the end of our episode. We're so happy that you're here. Follow us both. This is Sonia Weber, and she's just booking around, and Bravo Bravo Books and Bravo. And I'm Genevieve Melzer, and I'm Real Melzer Bravo. And join us next week for our Bravo Rundown. Bye.
Bye.